is the Transportation TV News Update. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. Leslie S. Richards is the Secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, PennDOT. Like all state DOTs, her agency depends on its share of federal transportation funding.
We count on $1.6 billion a year just in Pennsylvania alone in federal funds. Without it, it would completely erase what our state program has done, because we would have to reprioritize all of our projects, because federal funding is a big part of all of our large project funding calculations.
PennDOT's annual budget is $7.3 billion. Revenues Richards says she counts on to be there to run her massive multimodal agency. Richards is responsible for more than 11,000 employees, 40,000 miles of state-maintained roadway, and 25,000 bridges, 4,000 of which are structurally deficient. PennDOT's umbrella also covers the ports of Philadelphia, Pittsburgh and Erie, as well as 710 public and private airports and heliports. The agency also supports both freight and passenger rail and public transit. Her message to Congress?
I hope they'll pass a long-term federal funding program. It would be so valuable for us to be able to know that there is a predictable funding line in the future, so that we could also plan in the long term and help get those numbers of structurally deficient bridges down, as well as pave and get some major reconstruction projects in the pipeline that we really need to address.
Unfortunately, Congress has been unable to pass a multi-year surface transportation bill since the previous legislation expired last October. Instead, it has funded federal highway and transit programs through short-term extensions or patches. The newest patch, approved in May, will expire in less than 2 months. Scott Bennett, director of the Arkansas State Highway and Transportation Department, says short-term patches cause high-level uncertainty because transportation agencies can't be sure the federal government won't need to stop or slow down funding for highway and transit projects. No matter what the government does, Bennett says his bills will still need to be paid. That's why Arkansas has placed $250 million worth of construction projects on hold this year.
Contractors that rely on that work, they have staffed up for that work. That work's not going to be available for them this year. The safety is going to continue to deteriorate, and there's a compounded impact. And we need a strong, viable source of revenue to maintain the transportation system the way the country really deserves it.
Tennessee DOT Commissioner John Schroer agrees. He says doing nothing also comes with a price.
Our country was built on strong infrastructure, and we became so great because of strong infrastructure, and we're abandoning that principle, and other countries are taking it up. And so other countries are where we were in the 50s. We're going to be back to where we were with crumbling roads in the 50s, and other countries will surpass us. And so our leaders have got to stand up and take notice and make the right vote.
Before any vote can be taken, lawmakers will need to build bipartisan support behind a plan to fund the next transportation bill. Until then, the uncertainty and project delays continue. This is the Transportation TV News Update. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting.